Super Mayhem.
Hello friends, it's Tim here again from supermayhem.com. Ow! And today we are jumping back on the Game Genie bandwagon to do some mad hacks, bros. So what's on the table today? Well, if the video title didn't give you a hint, we are focusing on the classic 1989 Ninja Turtles game for the NES. I was a bit skeptical going into this video as to whether there would be many Game Genie codes for this game, but with a bit of deep web scraping and YouTube hunting, I was able to put together what I think are quite a few damn awesome codes. So with that in mind, make sure you smash that like button, whack a subscribe, ring the bell, and whilst you're at it, maybe even share it with your friends on social media or something too. Share the love, my friends! So sit back, relax, and let's go as we hack one of the most well-known difficult NES games ever. So before we get into the actual Game Genieing of the game, there are a couple of little tricks you can use without the device. Firstly, apparently the Konami code will give you 4 continues instead of the usual 2, which is pretty handy and makes sense since Konami originally developed the game. Also, there is an easy way to get health back for all your turtles, by finding a level with some pizza at the beginning or the end of it. Then simply pick up the pizza, leave the level, and then return to the level. The pizza will have respawned. Most of us probably worked this one out, but I felt the need to include it at the start. Anyway, onwards with the real hacks. They say you should save the best till last, but since I'm going to be using this hack in combination with most of the other cheats in this video, I may as well open with it. If you enter the code GXVPTIP in your Game Genie, you will be able to attack anywhere, and it will hit all of the enemies on the screen. This includes the top map, and even if you use items like throwing stars. This is a freaking amazing cheat! You can cruise through most areas without a problem, and considering the difficulty and my crapness at the game, you can probably tell why I'll be using this code for most of the video. There is another code that can go hand in hand with the aforementioned cheat, and that is AOXPSPEY, which makes all enemies, including bosses, susceptible to death after just one hit. That's pretty handy for sure. Another few interesting codes are EIUPXIEY, which attacks as you walk or in any direction you use on the D-pad, and there's even a code that will automatically attack when an enemy runs into you by using the cheat ESUZLAEY. You will still take damage with these codes, but a combination of any or all of the above cheats should cover you pretty nicely. So unfortunately, as I mentioned, even with these super cheats you can still take damage. How's that for a game? Even when you can kill everything on a screen you can still take damage. Damn, that is some serious NES power. Anyway, lucky for us there are a couple of neat codes that you can try that will stop you taking most if not all damage in the game. AOSOUAST gives all turtles infinite energy, which is pretty sweet. You can just walk past enemies pretty much, without giving them any turtle soup. I'm not sure if it's because I was using this code or not, but sometimes the enemy boss music would play whilst there were still normal enemies on the screen, and the boss would only appear once you killed the random enemy. As I say, this may or may not be because of the Game Genie code though. The code won't work on all things though. For example, the spikes on stage 6 will cause you to lose life and eventually die. Also, that well-known electric seaweed in the dam part of stage 2 will give you damage or kill you in one hit if it's the serious stuff. Apparently either the code ESKZAIEY or SXVZGSOO will prevent this, but I've had enough of that horrible water level from my childhood, so I didn't test this one out myself. Try one of the codes on your own though and leave your findings in the comments, at least one of them should work. Speaking of that damn water stage, if you want more time underwater, then the cheat code EISZEPEY is the one for you too. It gives you infinite time underwater, which means you can take your time navigating that damn water level's notorious electric seaweed. There is also an interesting invincibility cheat code that is SXOPPIAX, which acts a bit differently to the previous codes. It's almost like you're on a different layer than the enemies, and you can walk through them and their hits don't even register at all. This is all well and good and will let you get through most of the game, but unfortunately you can't pick up power-ups, which means on stage 4 at the latest you're going to get stuck on this giant pit. When you restart the level after falling the hole, you do lose one bit of health though, so it's at least possible to die even if you are so-called invincible. So that's something. If you're interested in more enemy related codes, you could try EIE-VEY-EY, which sticks all enemies and projectiles in place. Or even the code AAEEPP, which completely reduces the number of enemies in the game full stop. This last code seems to only load enemies that appear on the first screen of the level, but it will still load boss battles and enemies that you need to defeat in order to pass the level. And just in case you were wondering, my favourite Game Genie hack is available in this game. Just enter the code KKKKAA and you will enable moonwalking. Bring out your inner Michael Jackson and your smooth moves and non-spinning inner jumping turtle will come out. Apparently even some enemies will moonwalk as well though, so you better be careful before Shredder makes a delicate soup with you. If you are tired of a certain stage or if you are simply stuck, then there are some great codes to start at different stages of the game as well. To start on stage 2, simply enter AGNKITTK PANKLTLA. To start on stage 3, the codes are AGNKITTK ZANKLTLA. You will start on the original spawn point no problems, and even the classic van is there. If for some reason you do want to see your turtle as the party van on any occasion on the main map screen, then the code ISXAGE might be of service, as it does just that. It's a bit glitchy and can turn into enemy cars, and if you attack at the wrong moment you will turn into the missile icon for some reason. Good times. To start the game on stage 4, just enter in AGNKITTK. The Weird Night stage 5 is AGNKITTK GANKTLA. And finally, to start on the final stage 6 of the game, the Game Genie codes are AGNKITTK IANKLTLA. If you still can't pass the game, and if you just want to see the ending while starting a new game, then the code IAXGPTZA will also allow you to just jump to the ending and save all that pesky ninja weapon wielding. If we dig a bit further into the interwebs, there are actually some default Game Genie codes for the game too. However, I'll note that I don't think in my own book I had these for some reason. But anyway, they exist in our codes and are as follows, even if I didn't record them. ZENOATGO picks up 10 weapons only. ZUNOATGP will pick up 50 weapons at a time. AEOOGTZA will give you full energy boost from pizza slices, whilst GPUOLNZA will give you 20 missiles on pickup. TAKOPYLA doubles rope on pickup, and SXVXTLVG makes you never lose rope. There's not a lot more to say about these cheats, but they do exist and of course will be helpful. But maybe not as helpful as hitting everything on the screen in one hit. But you be the judge of that one. There are some non-standard codes that kind of ramp up the Gottlieb included ones, including the code LVNOATGP, which lets you pick up 99 weapons at a time, using any turtle. Or even picking up 99 ropes in one go with the cheat AYKOPYLY. If you are tired of the same old music on the game map, then the code YIEKKGLS will probably be right up your alley. For some reason, this Game Genie code modifies music on the map. It's kinda cool. On the flip side, if you hate the music, then try the code IIIPAP, which stops all music in the game and turns off the sound completely. If we still play with the music, the code AXPEXL will turn the bit tunes into what appears to be a piano-styled music. It's pretty funky. There are a couple of other random cheats that will mess with the game in various ways, such as the codes OXSKLLSX, POSKGUVN, which puts the game into black and white mode, a bit like the Game Boy, as the entire game including the title, maps and levels are all in black and white. Another interesting one is OPPSEL, which does odd things to the X-axis on the top level map. You can sort of go right into the edges of the map and more content will start to display, giving us a bit of an insight into perhaps what's hidden on the sides of the game. Unfortunately, it didn't capture too well, but you can kinda see the X-axis loop around when I hit the edge of the screen. Give it a go and see what happens for you. You can also try the code SAEKVEEZ, which will let you travel anywhere on the map screen, which is actually pretty awesome. The downside of this is that the Foot Clan can also travel anywhere they want to, so watch out for them cars or you will be splattered. Another downside is that you can't seem to enter any of the levels either, so this is a code that is more for exploration than practicality. SOKIAL is pretty wacky and completely changes the colours of levels for some reason, but this does make the water level pretty funky, so if you need an excuse to take a dreadful dip, then this code might be the excuse. In my case, it made the level blood red. It did kind of help to see where the sprites of the seaweed started though. However, this didn't really help me get past them. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this one working with my copy of the game, but it is meant to be an awesome code. If you want to completely screw up enemies, fight clone turtles, and even have fireworks when you kill them, then the code ISOAGE will be right up your alley. It's a bit of a strange one, but heck, we are looking at glitches and stuff here. It's a shame it just froze my game after a few seconds, as I would have really loved to explore this one, so give it a try yourself and let me know in the comments if it works for you. And finally, we will end with a bit of a silly one. If you want to cruise around the map without using those pesky pair of legs, you have to try the cheat EIUXZTEY, and you will be able to walk around without walking around, if that makes sense. In a level it acts a bit differently. On platforms after climbing ladders, your legs will stay stuck together, but on the bottom levels they will still work. Also, if you hit the attack button, your sprite will look as if it's attacking constantly without actually attacking. It's super weird but a fun glitchy code. Anyway, that's it for today friends. I really hope you enjoyed hacking the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with me, and why not smash a big like on this bad boy before it's too late. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and share Super Mayhem with your friends. As always, a huge thank you to Jacob Clark for being our longtime Patreon club member. If you want to be as cool as Jacob, then why not head over to our Patreon page via the description below and pledge as much or as little as you can. Each bit helps with server costs, domain renewals, and all those other fun bills that come along as a creator. Anyway, that's it for today friends, I'll catch you soon.